I'm here at Jorvik to speak to Adam about the Vikings. When I think about the Vikings, I think about rape and pillage. Is this true?
Well, the short answer is no. The majority of Vikings are just like you and I, everyday people. When they arrived in York over 1,000 years ago, they settled down and started making things. Here we have flax. This is used for making linen. We also have wool for making cloth. One of the things they also would have made at Coppergate 1,000 years ago here in York were antler combs. They would have used red deer antler like this to create combs. So we've got the handle here, which has a chevron pattern on it. We also have the teeth. Now these teeth would be quite delicate and they would break quite often, which is why we often find them thrown away in deposits in the ground.
When the Vikings were in York, what did they eat and drink?
Well, Vikings in York ate a varied, balanced, healthy diet actually. They ate lots and lots of oysters. You can see here at Coppergate, the excavation in York, we found hundreds of thousands of these oyster shells. We also found lots of cattle bones, and you can see score marks on this cattle bone showing us where this animal was butchered. So they ate lots and lots of beef. We know they drank lots of mead and beer as well, and things like the sagas. We also know that they ate seeds and fruit. We know that because we've not only studied the bones and shells of their bins, we've actually discovered the deposits in their toilets too. Here we have what's called the Lloyd's Bank coprolite. It's a 1,000-year-old piece of human poo. It contains lots and lots of bran, lots of fibre, so they ate lots of bread.
So what did the Vikings do for fun?
Well, in the Viking time, there wouldn't have been much free time to just sit and play games or relax like we might have today. But when they did get that time, they would often tell stories to one another. So here we have a pendant with a Thor's hammer. So this represents the god Thor. It's Mjolnir, his hammer there. They would also play games, board games. We've got a game here called Kneffatafel, that means King's Table. Now, a bit like chess, it's got two opposing teams, but unlike chess, there's only one king, and all the pieces can only move in straight lines. There are no definitive rule books passed down from the Viking Age, but we're pretty certain that these are the rules that you would play by.
So what's the horn used for?
Well, it's probably not a musical instrument because you can only get one or two notes out of it. However, it's probably used for communicating when you're on a battlefield or perhaps when you are hunting. You simply blow the horn and make a noise.
Many thanks to Adam and everybody else at Jorvik. Back to the studio.